Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Only Ones Laughing podcast.
Episode 9. We're here, baby.
We're baby.
We got a special guest in studio with us.
Also known as...
You always do that. We got a special, super duper special guest in with us today. Co-host number 2.
Also known as Tom Dixon.
You thought we were going to say Tom Donachie again, didn't you?
Yeah.
No.
But we didn't.
So,
Hi guys, you right?
Yeah, I was going to talk.
I don't know if you were introducing me or you were just talking about me.
Oh,
It's always so awkward starting these, isn't it?
Yeah.
How's everyone's week's been? Let's start with our guest.
You're a bit hungover, aren't you, buddy?
I was this morning.
Oof.
I'm okay now. Father's birthday yesterday, so
Nice.
Mum and Dad have recently done their garden up, so
Ooh.
decided to celebrate, get the family together after lockdown, all the grandkids, and have a barbecue. Just our luck, it decides to rain, so we...
It was like one of the hottest days in the country, but for some reason it was raining in Plymouth.
Yeah, so we decided to have burgers and sausages out of the oven instead. It was good though, it was good fun. When the rain stopped later, we ended up going outside and they got the nice fire pit going.
Yeah, I saw that in the
nice.
pictures of
Yeah,
itself.
really, really nice.
Smart.
Really nice.
Cozy
Cost
as
them
hell.
like 400 quid.
Really?
Jesus.
Damn.
Whoa, damn. Must be a good chimney.
Yeah, it's alright.
It does look good.
It's smart, but I wouldn't pay 400 quid for it. Sorry, Mum.
Damn.
She's hungover though.
Yeah.
Mother's hungover, yeah.
Yeah.
How about Kenny?
He's alright. Got up and made everyone bacon sandwiches this morning, didn't
Oh,
he?
God.
The legend.
Nice.
Yeah, looking after everyone.
You alright? I can't do the impression of him.
Alright?
Yeah, you've got
Where are you going?
you've got the pitch right, but you're putting too much behind it. You're trying too hard.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It needs to fall out your mouth.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, have I?
I actually posted the classic Kenny Dixon shopping cart clip yesterday on Insta to celebrate his birthday. Mate, it went off.
Yeah,
Did it?
Again, people eat that clip up.
It
Love
is
it.
really good.
yeah. Like every other time I see him, he's like, "Oh, has anyone made any money off my video yet?" It's like, I don't know, Dad. I don't ask him.
The channel that posted his videos like gone under now.
Oh, they.
Yeah,
Really.
like
That's
it's-
a no then. I'll just
'cause
I'll tell him that.
I went back to look at it like, oh, I wonder how many more views it's got now, and the channel's just gone. So, oh, for God's sake.
So for those of you that don't know the video we're on about, Tom Dixon on his stag do on the night of it, his dad did a shopping trolley into a bush, which basically just means that he jumped in a trolley and then Tom Dixon ran at a curb and threw him out of the trolley and he landed headfirst in a bush because he decided Superman.
Yeah.
And then
Never
he-
seen anyone do it that way before.
No one jumps headfirst like that. Usually everyone like does like a last minute flip,
Yeah.
so you land on your back.
You cushion yourself a little bit. Like saying it was a bush makes it sound like it's a nice soft thing
Yeah,
full of
no.
leaves. It was literally like,
Oh, it was like
it's just thorns, isn't it? It's just like glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was like a bush that was like freshly cut.
Yeah. So it was just
all the
nothing but
sticks
wood.
were- yeah,
Yeah, all the leaves
solid.
were gone.
Yeah.
And he came out just
And wasn't it like
a mess.
going into fall, so all the leaves would have dropped off anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was getting cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he obviously climbed out of the bush with just, it looked like he'd been stung by like a load of little bees. Just like loads of little bits of blood just coming out of his
Yeah.
head. It was
He looked
so
like,
weird.
Yeah, he looked like he's
Those
just
are
been in a
little
scrap.
pinpricks, wasn't it?
Like he went headfirst into a load of thumbtacks.
Yeah. So that was his night effectively over because he couldn't
Yeah.
really get in anywhere looking like that.
He wasn't happy about that as well. He wasn't happy that his night was over, but
To be fair, he
Dad,
didn't miss much.
can't. Yeah, he didn't miss much really.
No.
After
Yeah,
that.
it'll kind of.
That was
Everyone
definitely
dispersed.
the peak, and then after that we were all, the airsoft from earlier
think it's
on in the
'cause
day
everyone,
hit
like,
us.
Split up as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, got to try find everyone now.
Yeah.
An extra bit of context, we had a list of like challenges, like drunken challenges to do. Yeah, the peak of the night was when you get into the quite ballsy challenges that you have to be quite hammered on. And I mean, he completely overshadowed the fact that right before that, Tommy did one naked.
Yeah.
He got completely naked. Actually, he had his socks on still. He flew out of that thing completely naked in the bush. And then
I'd like
Father was like, I'll do one clothes.
And then Rob was like, that's not the rules.
No, Kenny, no. He's looking at his list like, no.
Oh, what's the rules then?
Oh, God, what a night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was good.
Apart from waking up the next day, I just couldn't move.
Yeah.
And I had like cuts up my arse crack and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing you get cut at all.
Oh, I don't remember being cut. I just woke up the next day like...
You bolted out of it quite quick and just put all your gear back on, so
Yeah.
they probably
I'm
started
naked,
bleeding.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of those things you were just like running off of drunkenness and adrenaline,
Yeah.
so you probably
But
didn't feel much.
People can watch the video if they want to watch the video, can't they?
Yeah, link to the full scavenger hunt video in the description below. Give it a watch. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, you won't regret it. I'll tell you what I did do this week, actually.
What?
I got another black toenail.
Oh no,
Big toe.
what?
Because you're playing football again.
Yeah.
Do you just toe punt the ball?
No.
Oh.
So it happens like every time I play football, but I've not played football for probably about 3 years now.
Oh, really?
Give them time to heal.
So I've got like these lovely toenails. I mean, I've had a lot more ingrown toenails than what I've ever had in my life these past 3 years, though.
Yeah,
Probably because
Since
I've
you've
actually
known.
got toenails. But went football training last Thursday and the Thursday before. Then I got home the Thursday before. I was like, oh my God, I think someone stood on my toe. It's a bit tender. But Thursday just gone, someone actually stood on my toe and floored me.
Really?
I went down like, ah! He was like, all right, mate, I only stood on your toe. I was like, no, you don't understand, mate. You don't understand. I was like, oh yeah, that's a painful one. And
Oh,
That's
no.
gonna bite you.
I got home and took my boot off, and I was like that, just instantly black.
The collateral damage.
damn.
These
So
days.
much. Just like when we went to London, and I used the scissors to like release the pressure on it.
Oh yeah, and it just started.
But that's what it's like now.
Peeing
Like I
blood.
need to release the pressure on it. I need to do something to.
Thumping pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in London.
Wait,
Well, I mean-
let's just preface this with our group for some reason has infectious ingrown toenails
Oh,
that
God.
spreads amongst us all.
You were the originator, but you've like completely just
You've matured.
you've got over yours. You've got it sorted properly, and now you're fine.
I had both big toenails go, which my big toenails look like. I've been told they look like spacesuit helmets.
Yeah, huge
They're just
toenails that
massive
wrap
big
around.
toes. So my left toe's absolutely fine after they like operated, but my right one occasionally comes back a little bit. But I kind of know how to fix it
Yeah,
for myself.
but they look normal. And
Yeah.
like you got out of
And
the situation
Aiden
well.
used to rip me for it, and then you ended up with the same thing.
Wore a dodgy pair of wellies 1 year at Reading, and now
Oh,
I'm still
yeah.
paying for it. That was 2012.
Yeah. So just a quick trigger warning: if anybody is a bit squeamish about blood or toes and toenails in
In general,
general, then maybe skip forward a bit.
yeah. Skip 4 or 5 minutes.
So yeah, when you're in London,
So we were in London a few years ago. Me, Tom, and Amy.
The wife Amy, yeah.
The wife and his wife, not mine.
Yeah.
Watching a few gigs. We had a few gigs lined up, so we were there for a few days. And Tom was suffering from. I mean, describe it. It's quite a.
I mean,
wasn't-
I must have played football because I had a black toenail.
It wasn't
at the time.
like ingrown though, was it? It was just.
No, it was just a black, and the pressure like behind it. Like now, like I can feel the pressure in my foot.
Yeah.
Whenever I move my foot around.
But it was like visual. You could see exactly.
Yeah, my toe was going red, and there was blood underneath it that was just ready to
You like
Yeah.
pushed the
ready to
nail,
explode. Yeah,
and you could see like the liquid under.
yeah, like
like a
moving.
blood
the
blister.
fluid.
So like when we got back to the room,
You were like, I can barely
Yeah.
walk on this. And then it didn't help when earlier that day I accidentally stood on your toe in
Oh no!
Harrods.
You still on his toe in Harrods?
Yeah, it was a total accident,
yeah,
but total accident.
Nice.
But it was with my heel as well. I think I like stepped back
no.
onto it, so it was like
all your weight.
yeah,
just feel my hands in your back, like
that was it. Yeah, I think it was probably looking at some massive Lego display, like whoa, stepping back. Yeah, I floored you in Harrods. Didn't I?
yeah.
Really?
And then we got back to the hotel, and you had to.
Yeah,
You'd sort it.
I had to sort it out.
So it's like
so
if I stood on your toe in Harrods, imagine when we're stood watching Biffy at the O2.
oh
Yeah.
god,
Someone takes you down in there. That's going to be it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So had to sort that out.
Oh my god.
So I just got some scissors, put it down the end of my toe, and you could see like the air just come
Really?
underneath my toenail,
Yeah.
and all the blood just started gushing out.
You got a pair of scissors just to slide right under his toenail, right to the base.
It was like effortless as
Oh
well.
my
Yeah, it just-
god! Oh
That's
my
what he
God.
means by that. Like
That's
he-
disgusting.
It was effortless. Like it just
it took
like
a bit
hot
of
knife through
tension.
butter.
Took a bit of
Jesus.
tension at the top, but as soon as you passed it, it just went ooh.
Ah, so
And then you were just like, oh, and it was just peeing out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
it sounds a bit like a blood blister, where it just like you just have
it is
to
a
get
little
it
bit.
out.
Really, it is a little bit just
It's
underneath
just
the toenail.
So much
Right.
fluid, it just needs a way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I ripped the toenail off as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
took it right off.
I egged you on to take the whole thing off.
Because it was, yeah, you
Oh,
did, yeah.
really?
Yeah, you were like, no, there's no point in keeping that on.
take the whole thing off.
'Cause I mean, it was like flapping around a
Yeah.
little bit. And
It
was
would have
like,
been more painful
it
putting
was
a
like,
sock on.
if I catch that on something, it's just going to hurt. So I just took it off and I just had red raw skin underneath it.
God,
Put a sock on.
did you did you not put like a band-aid over it or something? Plaster.
Yeah, I think I did. I did wrap it, but it was just
We weren't really
Still
prepared
raw
for that
skin.
on the trip.
prepared for stuff like that. So
Yeah. God.
good, it was a good trip.
Yeah.
It's a good trip.
Because you saw Chili Peppers and Biff, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
within 2
Yeah.
days apart
cool.
at the O2, they're both playing. It was had to be done.
That's
Mm.
cool.
So we'll just stay up there for a couple of days and go to both.
You're gonna have to try and get to see Chili Peppers again soon, aren't you? With Frusciante,
Well,
John
Frusciante.
Frusciante being back.
Yeah, they actually posted a photo of them in the studio with him the other day.
OG lineup is
So
back.
it's just like, oh.
So what's happening to the other guy then? Is he just like
They just said thank you for your service, and
fair
We're
enough? I mean,
like-
he had a pretty awesome job for.
yeah, he's
For a
the
while,
only
didn't he?
other guitarist out of like the 20 that have played in that band. He's the only other guitarist that has lasted 10 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's done amazing. He's done two albums with him, and now he's like mad. He used to be a session musician for
yeah.
like Niles Barkley, and now
oh,
he's
really?
an ex Chili Pepper. So
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah.
He'll probably just go back to session work then.
He's just making his own music now, and he's
Yeah.
getting the popularity because of.
He got the
That's
fame now,
cool.
isn't he?
Yeah.
So
So he's doing all right.
I imagine they're all good mates,
Yeah,
sort of thing. But yeah, it does seem weird coming into a massive band and then being like, cool, see you later.
yeah,
that's how like important Frusciante is, though. Like
Yeah.
he can mess them about for decades, but they'll still be like, "Please, we'll do anything to have you back."
Yeah.
And he's
it's all about the money, though, isn't it? That's the thing.
he's responsible for their biggest songs and biggest
Biggest
albums.
riffs.
Yeah, like he's a genius.
Yeah, he is. He's very good. Right, should we start off with the first banger of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, this is a banger. Now let's just see what this sounds like.
Let's kick it off with Tom.
Yeah?
Let's start it with our guest.
Tom Dixon, what have you got for us?
I'm like torn between two.
Oh, God, he's one of them.
Rob does this every week. We don't need another.
Sorry, sorry. Rob does that every week
Yeah,
as well. I don't really know what one to pick.
So you,
So, what are you picking?
out of the two, what one are you going for?
I've either got
what are the two choices?
I've either got a Killer's song,
Ooh.
Oh no, what that is.
or my guilty pleasure, McFly.
Oh, hang on a minute. Two good choices.
What song is the McFly song?
It's
Lies.
Aiden's favourite McFly song.
Lies.
Lies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's good
The
vibe.
Killers?
And the Killers is Uncle Johnny.
Oh,
Yeah.
come out of left field. I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
for reasons unknown.
Yeah.
I did as well.
Whoa, what one are you going for? What you particularly fancy? Right now?
I think I'm gonna go with the Killers.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Nice.
Any particular reason why you like this song so much?
I don't know. I just think it's out of that album it's on. It's probably after For Reasons Unknown, probably my second favourite song on it.
Hmm.
And Killers, like stereotypical. Everyone just thinks they're like Mr. Brightside, and
Yeah, they've
stuff
got
like
that curse on them, haven't they?
Just-
Yeah.
It's just one that doesn't get played a lot, and I just really like it. It's
Nice.
really catchy. I'm sure if I sung it at karaoke, Aiden would love it.
Oh, yeah. As soon as that gets open again, it is open, right?
I think so.
Sing with a mask.
Yeah,
on.
the. Don't spit on the mic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't go after. Oh, Raphael! See,
Drench with it.
can we just tell people about her just really quickly, because it is funny. We used to go karaoke every
Sunday
Sunday for a while
down the West Ho pub.
And there was just this woman that would always sing. What's the actual song called? I don't know what.
It's Bryan Adams' Run to You.
Run to You.
Old 80s song.
Yeah. And every week she would get up on stage without fail and like scream the lyrics.
Because, I mean, for those of you who know it, it's quite a shouty.
Yeah.
You've got to have like the voice for it. Though,
you can't. You can't falsetto it. You have to go full voice. And she does every Sunday without fail. She just goes up, does that, and then goes sits down.
Do you remember the time when she like played it earlier in the night, and then you went up and sang it again? She was just stood at the corner of the bar, just giving you evils. Like,
yeah. So I like this song as well. I'm doing it.
Here we go, Uncle Johnny by the Killers. Yeah, so that was the Killers, Uncle Johnny.
Right, tune.
I don't think I've really heard that one before.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Because I only ever listened to Hot Fuss album, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, that album's just really good.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Something about
the
their...
album that made them, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
It's something about their unsuspecting stardom that's like round the corner.
Yeah.
That I like about listening to that. It's like, it's just genuinely making it for fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Killers have got worse the more famous they got.
Yeah, they're
Sadly.
Complacent with their like music now, aren't they? They know whatever they put out is just going to be gold.
Yeah.
And there's just, I don't know, there's just not as, I don't know, they just haven't released a song in a while that's made me go, oh, I really like that.
The hunger's not there anymore.
No. Whereas Hot Fuss, I feel like, has got so many of them songs on it, where it's just like, ah.
But Sam's Town, the album that this song's on,
yeah, that's to be honest, out of the two albums, that's my favourite one.
I think it's got some of the most iconic songs on it, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, it's just, every song on there I just find so catchy as well. Like, at some point, it's just stuck in my head, and like, if I listen to the album all the way through, I'm like, oh yeah, this one's a tune. And then like the next one will come on and be like, oh yeah, but this one.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's good. It is good. You're not always a fan, are you, Aidan, of
The Killers?
The Killers?
I like them in drips and drabs.
Stop putting it so politely. What do you normally say?
Just don't like Mr. Brightside, do you?
No, he says he just doesn't like that karaoke band.
Again, that's just the unfortunate image they have now.
I mean, I do agree with it to some extent.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Brightside it is a great song, but you just, even when you're singing it, you can see the little ball bouncing across the words on a screen.
Yeah. I also have a love-hate relationship with his voice.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the sound of his voice on everything they do. But stuff like that and Freezen's Unknown and stuff, that's just, you can't deny it. Good pick there, Tommy.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one, Tommy.
Tommy Bear.
Took me bloody all morning to think of a song. I was sweating, panicking. Oh God, I've got to bring something on.
Got to find something really weird and obscure. No one's ever heard of.
Biffy Killer B-sides.
This slides us right into Netflix and Spill quite nicely.
Did I say B-sides? I meant B-slides.
Netflix and Spill.
That's good. Wow.
Start with you, Aidan.
Well, mine's easy. Nothing new. But have started watching Friends again from the top.
Yes.
Just nice tea time watching.
Episode 1? Starting from episode 1?
Yeah, and I've actually said to Tash that this is the first time I've actually enjoyed season 1, because I usually can't wait to get past it. Because,
really?
I don't know, something
it's a
about
lot
it.
Of development.
Just, not very formed characters and stuff, and it's very...
They're all still really different to the characters they play for the next 9 seasons.
Yeah.
But like Joey and his like all leather, really playing into the American Italian look.
Yeah, it only takes them like 3 episodes before they like completely change their hair and look and stuff. Like Joey's got the really long
hair, isn't he?
Yeah,
that didn't last long at all.
I haven't watched Friends in quite a while. Like I used to have it on repeat all the time, just in the background, and then I've kind of just like stopped for a while. And whenever I watch like an episode here or there when it's on TV, I actually find it quite a lot funnier. It's like it's quite nice having a bit of a break. Yeah, I'll probably do what you're doing, rewatch it again at some point.
It's nice. I don't recommend watching it on Netflix though.
No.
The edits are so awful. Like some episodes, they just edit in season 1, the episode where you find out about Phoebe's gay ice dancer husband.
Oh yeah.
And at the beginning of the episode, the pigeon flies in and Rachel catches it in the pot.
Yeah.
And she flips it upside down. In the Netflix version, when she's like, oh my god, when she's got it in the pot, they just splice over a sound bite from a later episode of when they get the chick and the ducks, and they just paste it on in the middle of like a laugh track.
What?
So it's like laugh track is going on, then it's like
shouting over the
ducks,
laugh track,
and then it like the laugh track pops back in. It's just like, why the hell?
So they added in a sound effect of just like the quacking.
Yeah. But like it interrupts and stops the laugh track that's happening.
Oh, that's weird.
Like so the audio pops in and out.
There's
so
reason,
weird. And there's loads of just little things like that. I'm like, what? That was so weird.
Why would they?
I have no idea. I don't know what they were hiding, or it's so poorly put together. Plus,
maybe I bet someone complained because they were like, "Did the pigeon die?" So they maybe put the sound effect
Yeah.
in to make
Just-
it.
Yeah, probably something
So
like
many little bits like that. The 16:9 as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
they never planned to show it like
Yeah.
that. So there's a lot that enters the frame that's not supposed to be there and stuff.
Boom mics and like a whole person.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see like I don't know what they're doing, but they're just like in the back of the frame and then they just quickly dart off.
Just like edges set, like you see
Yeah.
the end of it and stuff. So I much prefer watching it from the white box set with the extended
Yes.
episodes, but it's just the
That's-
ease of sticking it on Netflix and just playing and like changing discs and stuff. But as a little recurring thing,
Tangent.
I can't remember what episode I talked about Dark Side of the Ring when I said I was watching season 2 on like YouTube. It's available now on all 4, the app on
Was it?
PlayStation, season 2.
That's
So I went
sick.
straight back and
nice.
watched the Chris Benoit 2-parter episode
Oh,
in
God.
full quality, like proper
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring.
The Chris Benoit one's really interesting as well. I've watched both, and
Yeah.
it's quite hard.
Shocking.
It's quite hard not to get like emotionally attached to it as well. Like,
Yeah. Is Chris Benoit the one
Really?
who
Double
a bit-
murder suicide.
Yeah.
He murdered his wife, his like
yeah, and
6-year-old son, and then
but like
killed himself.
it's weird. Like no matter what, although you know what the outcome is and what he did, I still can't help but feel for him.
Yeah.
have we told this story before on the podcast?
No, didn't get into it.
No. Okay.
So yeah, if you're interested in watching Dark Side of the Ring, obviously first couple episodes I talked about the Owen Hart episode, the wrestler who fell from the top of an arena to his death, a live pay-per-view. There's also an episode about a famous case of Chris Benoit, who it made international news. It was quite a horrific thing that happened. He ended up killing his wife and his son and then taking his own life. The media live for stuff like this because they always want to shit on the wrestling industry because of steroids and stuff like that. They always just go, steroid, roid rage.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
first thing they said, wasn't it? Roid rage.
But what they didn't account for, which came a bit later in his case, they studied his brain because an ex-wrestler who had suffered from a few concussions himself could see some long-term effects. He wanted to study the possibility of
It wasn't just wrestlers as well, was it? It was like
football players
and,
all suffering
no way.
yeah.
suffering from head trauma. In the earlier days of wrestling, it was kind of a badge of honor for wrestlers to take unguarded headshots with chairs. Since Chris Benoit's death, they've had to stop that completely. Like, they always have to put their hands up. You never really see them hit on people on the head with chairs.
No.
It's always on the back and it's really soft. But back in the day, it was like, how hard can you take a chair to the head without putting your hands up and stuff? But that over the years took a toll on his brain to the point where when they studied his brain after he died, it looked like an 80-year-old's brain with dementia and stuff.
Oh
like
my
it
God.
had damaged it so hard
That it just aged his brain.
that it just turned him into a different person.
Jesus.
Because everyone in the documentary, or the people that knew him, were like, if you lined up 100 people and said one of these is going to murder his family and kill himself, like no one would ever point the finger at him. Like,
Really?
he was such a professional, such a nice,
Yeah.
loving person. And
I mean, like they made a point that like he loved his family to bits as well, didn't he? Like,
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just crazy. Like,
so he
it's
could have just like forgotten who they were. It's
It's
crazy,
brutal.
isn't it? Like how taking hits to the head and the concussions.
yeah, and plus his finishing move was a diving headbutt from the top rope, which
Oh, jeez.
wrestlers from the past who had that move warned future guys from using it, 'cause he's like either suffering from really bad headaches, memory loss, and like
Spine,
bad back
yeah.
and spine problems. And
Jesus. Yeah, it
it's
sounds
just
crazy.
craziness. This series is amazing. Like, you don't have to know anything about wrestling to enjoy it. It's just like true crime documentary. It's like best.
Unearthing all this stuff that's actually happened,
Yeah,
all for an entertainment channel.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's craziness.
That is crazy.
Well, we'll move on to Tom.
Yeah,
what have you
Tom,
been watching?
You've been watching
new?
anything?
Myself and Amy, we've been watching Outlanders on Amazon Prime, which Tom and Faye recommended to us. It's about a nurse who was in the war, in the trenches. It was the Second World War, I think. I won't give too much away, but she ends up going back in time, 200 years.
So it's a bit of a sci-fi.
A little bit. I mean, when I first started watching it, because it's quite sexual.
Oh, okay.
A lot of scenes are like soft porn.
Oh.
So Amy was like she's really into it because it was like a whole love story thing.
Oh,
Like, she goes
okay.
back in time and she wants to get back to her husband in the current time.
Yeah.
She also meets another fella.
Ooh, in the
Okay.
past.
Yeah, it took a while for me to get on board because I was watching it and I was like, sort of like a poor man's 50 Shades of Grey, really. But
That's why Amy likes it then.
yeah. She's all into that, like sex and love stories and all that girly crap,
Erotic,
yeah,
romantic stuff.
Yeah, and it took me a while to get on board, but after a couple of episodes, it got a little bit more violent, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I can watch this. So, yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, and I don't want to give too much away just in case anybody wants to watch it. But
Outlanders.
yeah, apart from that, I've not really watched. I've been watching a few sports documentaries as I do, but mainly wrestling ones. But I mean, during lockdown anyway, I was watching sports documentaries because there was no sport on. I had to fill that gap somehow. Yeah. And I ended up watching The Last Dance.
It's the Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and it was just, I thought it was amazing. It was so good. I'm not a basketball fan. Yeah. And I just found it so interesting.
It's what got Donna keep playing basketball again recently during lockdown.
Yeah,
watch that documentary.
It's really good. Really good.
But Netflix.
Yeah. But apart from that, I've not really been watching anything else. Watching anything interesting?
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. Finally watched The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh.
Yeah.
With Kevlar.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually quite creepy. There was some, because I always find that whenever I watch old films, I watch them quite objectively, and I watch them almost analysing it.
Yeah. Is it black and white?
No. I always watch old films like that and end up analysing them because it's a bit harder to get drawn in because the technologies they use are very different to the level they're at now. There were actually some points in it I was like, it's actually quite creepy, and it's just birds. And there was some stuff that they did in the actual making of the film that I thought was really clever, and I thought I haven't really seen before. There was this one scene where the main guy's mum is on the phone and she's in the foreground, but in the background you can see him and this girl of interest who's the main woman. They're in the background getting a drink, and you can hear them as well. They haven't done anything to the audio to make them two separate things, and they're both fully in focus. So it's you're watching two scenes, but the way they're playing off each other is also telling you quite a lot. I don't know, that I remember seeing that and being like, well, this is weird, I haven't seen this before.
Puts you on edge, oh god, what's going on? What are you supposed to be looking out for?
There was just a lot of that, and a lot of just tension building when I don't know if that's even what he was doing. But yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Quite a long film. Apart from that, nothing.
Nice. I'm very surprised. Alfred Hitchcock.
So was I.
I'm surprised you've got something this week to to watch.
I only watched it because
have you watched anything, Rob? No.
I watched Boris's Address. On Netflix,
yeah, I only watched The Birds because it got put on TV and I was in the room.
It was playing and you just sort of sat.
That's the best way to get me to watch films. Just put it on and then...
Don't ask Rob if he wants to watch something.
Yeah, because I'll instantly be like, I don't really want to.
Can't be arsed, man.
But we came over hours and all of a sudden we had The Greatest Showman on and you sat there and watched the whole thing.
Yeah, never seen it before. And I think someone was like, do you want to watch Great Showman? I was like, not really.
Never gives anything a chance.
Stuck it on anyway. And he sat there and watched the whole thing. Whether you liked it or not, I don't know. But
that film moves at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It's just so fast.
It's just the soundtrack is incredible, but the film itself isn't anything to write home about.
No.
Yeah, I just don't really like musicals that much, but that one was alright.
Yeah, some bangers.
They make you feel good, don't they? Musicals. That's the whole point of them.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel good. So
I'm surprised you didn't pick one of them songs for your banger.
No.
It's a bit old news now, isn't it? Great
old news, isn't it?
Everyone's heard every single song of that 1,000,000 times.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I did watch actually. I watched it last night when I was drunk and I was just wetting myself. I mean, I've seen it before. It was the the YouTube video of the guys on FaceTime to each other trying to swallow the hot dog.
Oh yeah.
Sausage hole. Have you seen that, Rob? Oh god, it's so funny. Have you seen it when the challenge of trying to swallow a hot dog sausage in one?
Yeah,
the really slippery ones.
Yeah, I just don't know how you don't how you can tell it's not going to go in your lungs.
Oh god, it's horrible, isn't it?
Guy, I mean, I kind of want to try it. I'm like, I reckon I could do it. But these two guys trying it on FaceTime to each other, and it's just so funny. They're like, thump.
Oh, just the
And it
feeling.
comes shooting out. He's like, oh, it came shooting out. He's like sat in his car, isn't he? It came shooting out. He's like, looking on the floor for this sausage.
Oh.
So it's really, yeah.
That sounds good.
It's hard not to laugh at it, but it's funny.
My like body would never allow that to happen. It would always reject it. Like, no.
Although I don't know, you eat so fast that I think it would.
Yeah, it might do.
You've
I
probably
think
done
you
it by
might surprise
accident.
Yeah. Squeeze the hot dog too hard and it just shot out the bun straight down. Didn't even realise.
You're just eating the bun, not even noticing.
Right.
Dad, why'd you get me a bun with sauce? Where's the hot dog?
Well, if you do want to try it, we'll film it. It'd be funny.
Yeah. We should do it. We should all try it.
I'm
We'll give it
good,
a go.
thanks.
I reckon Tony would.
I wouldn't be
try
able to
it.
do it. I'm
Yeah,
way
Tony
too
would
scared of
try
it going into
Tony
my
would try
lung. Should we move on to bonga 2?
Yeah.
Bonga number 2.
Bonga number 2.
Oh, this is a banger. Now let's just see what this sounds like.
So there's been lots of releases lately
Mm.
that I'll just quickly touch on because I'm not picking any of them for my banger.
Okay.
So Dominic Fike, who was my last song choice, his album's now officially out.
I heard Chicken Tenders on the radio.
Oh, did you?
Radio 1.
Nice. But yeah, his album's out. I've only managed to listen through it like once or twice because it only came out yesterday. And then a guy called Oliver Tree, he makes some really good music. I don't know how he does it. It sounds like he's screaming, but it's not like, I don't know, you know when someone sings but they're just shouting?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like that, but it's not annoying.
I experienced that a few times actually.
Yeah.
Shouting when
What are you talking
they're
about?
trying to sing. Then just trying to sing "Rock with You" in Marrakesh.
Yeah. I don't do
Like the
well
last,
singing
last
after I've
note
drank.
at the end, it just sounded like you were falling like for ages. Like,
Yeah.
I wanna
So I would definitely strongly suggest people to go listen to Oliver Tree's album and Dominic Fike's album.
What, all of the trees or just one of them?
Just
Hey?
a lot of them.
All right.
A lot of them.
All of them. All
Yeah,
of them.
very good albums. But I'm actually going to pick, because out of those 2 albums, I haven't listened to them fully enough to find like the ones in there that really stand out. So I'm going to fall back to the stable musician that always puts out amazing music, Darwin Dees.
Hey, I was going to pick a Darwin D song this week.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for him at the same time that I love his music because
He's been at it for...
over 10 years.
Yeah.
And he just, when he first released his music 10 years ago, he started to pick up traction and go the right direction that most like successful artists go. But for some reason he just fell off, and
He peaked with his first album. Like, it got proper radio play. It's in an episode of The In-Betweeners.
yeah,
You know, in the intro when they've... Hi, I'm Will. They always have like a weird little
Yeah.
song. Like, one of his songs are in that.
yeah,
Like, just, you know, playing like Glastonbury and...
yeah, he was
Reading.
doing all of that. And then his like second album came out and he like really pivoted the song style.
That could have killed it.
And I think it did. I think
Yeah.
that's what killed it, because I remember that album coming out and I kind of lost interest a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
because
definitely my least favourite out of all of his stuff.
yeah,
But his new stuff is like insane.
yeah, it's
And
so
it's
good.
Like, if this isn't even popular, then
No one's got a chance.
like no one has a chance, because it's so
Yeah.
like the writing and composition stuff is so like smart and clever and
Yeah. See,
catchy.
I never knew all that, because obviously Aiden plays guitar, and when Aiden starts to enjoy a song that's got guitar, and he'll usually try and learn it.
yeah. It's like, mate, this
And
is
Darwin Dees doesn't
nuts.
have any. He doesn't have any sheet music because he's not big enough for sheet music. You couldn't find anything, but found out that he doesn't use standard tuning.
He made up his own tuning,
Yeah.
like tuned the strings all like really weirdly just to make like cool new sounds. And
Yeah. He's got
absolutely nuts.
the single most satisfying guitar tone.
Yeah, it's just
But
absolutely amazing music. He's an insanely good singer, and
it's just annoying.
it's upsetting.
Yeah. It's
Some of the trash that's like being forced down people's throats on the radio. It's like,
Yeah.
And it just worries me that he'll get disheartened and stop making music, because he just needs to put out music for as long as I live.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the song I'm choosing is off of his third studio album called Double Down, and I'm picking the song The Missing I Wanna Do.
I was literally going to pick that this week. Yeah.
Hopefully you like it, because we just bigged him up to all hell, but yeah, here we go. Yeah.
We threw a blanket on the wet ground and found Orion. Under the apple tree, you and me safe and silent, watching the stars glow. Girl, I'm so glad we're here together. But you're on me like a fire ant. Oh, you can't rush forever. See, I like you, but oh, you move so fast. I want it to last. So can we go slow? 'Cause I wanna be all for you. And if I'm never alone, then how will I do the missing I wanna do? 'Cause I wanna miss you. And if we die here, drinking beer, gazing at the blue moon, then you can marry me, otherwise soon is too soon. 'Cause I like you, but oh, I like my space, and it isn't a race. So can we go slow? 'Cause I wanna be all for you. And if I'm never alone, then how will I do the missing I wanna do? I need you here, believe me dear, but I need you gone for a while though. I need to pour over my findings of what I feel, and your smile shows. So can we go slow? 'Cause I wanna be all for you. And if I'm never alone, then how will I do the missing I wanna do? So can we go slow? 'Cause I wanna be all for you. And if I'm never alone, then how will I do the missing I wanna do? 'Cause I wanna miss you.
So that was Darwin D's
The Missing I Wanna Do,
The Missing I Wanna Do.
off of his 2015 album Double Down.
Nice. That's
absolutely
good. I like that.
Good, isn't it?
chilled as hell.
It's just chilled and beautiful. Aiden was here, obviously, doing all of the harmonies.
I like his voice. He's got a good voice.
Yeah, he's good.
It's really clean and he can hit some high notes.
Where's he from?
New York,
America. Yeah, New York. I think he might be a New Jerseyer.
New Jersey.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but he's very New York based.
Saw him in Bristol, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just before your wedding, actually.
How was it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you got a picture with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Got him to sign your
And
stuff.
I look the weirdest I've ever looked.
Yeah.
I don't look like myself at all. I look like someone's just pulled me out of the water.
Yeah, it didn't help that the photo was a little bit like blurry as well, or
Yeah.
like a bit of motion blur, so you just...
Someone just pulled me out of water.
Yeah. Literally look like a fish on land.
Well, you were sweating.
Yeah.
It was very hot in there. And
Yeah.
plus, it was when he had that red overshirt on that he never
yeah.
took off.
Yeah. The one that used to wear to bed.
Yeah. Wore the arms, the elbows out. They've got holes in now. But yeah, and he signed my vinyl to Rob. What's your name? Rob George?
Yeah, he asked for your middle name, didn't he?
Yeah, he asked for my middle name. And I was like, Rob Marshall? He's like, And I was like, oh, sorry, middle name. Robert George. He's like, Rob George. It was quite funny. And he signed my vinyl to Robert George.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I do not use my middle name. I'm not really a fan of it. Yeah, has anybody got any stories? Anything happened to them in the past 2 weeks? Or longer?
I was thinking about Tom here because you guys will remember he was on episode 3, talking about his shitty little bat on the sofa.
I think it was 4.
Might have been 4.
Yeah.
When Nature Calls.
Josh, Faye, Tom, and then me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 4, When Nature Calls, we had Tom call in and talk about his little poopy bat on his on his sofa. And yeah. Any recent pooey stories?
Oh, what a coincidence you brought this up.
This is totally off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I had football training Thursday, and it's the first time I've gone to like a proper football training session since my son Dougie was born, which was 5 years ago. Nearly 6 actually.
Damn.
2014 October.
Obviously I worked quite hard. I think I put my body into shock come the end of it, during it, to be honest, because my belly was making all sorts of noises whilst I was running around.
This is what I
and
live
I was
for.
like, oh, right, okay. Oh, God, I'm gonna have to let a couple farts out here. So I did. Like, oh, they're all right, yeah. Fine. Then kept coming. I was like, God, it's doing my head in now. Like, let another one out, and it absolutely stank.
When it stinks and you're outdoors, you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that smells so bad.
Oh my God.
I was like, I can't do that. Like, I hardly know any of these guys. It's a new team that I'm joining. Like, I hardly know any of these guys, and I don't really know as bloody Stinky Pete. So yeah, come the end of the session, shared a lift with Matt Hill this week. Got down to his car, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go to the toilet as soon as I get home. Sat in Matt's car, and I was like, oh Matt, I'm gonna have to get out for a fart because they were stinking.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get out of your car for a fart before he drives off. He was like, oh yeah, no worries. I got out, and I was like, oh, I can't. Whoa.
I can't push anymore.
I can't push that one out. So Matt, I'm gonna have to go toilet. I said, do you think they'll let me go toilet in the Staddy pub? He went, yeah, probably. Yeah. I was like, right, okay. And he explained to me where it was. I walked in, got to the toilet, and that walk down to the Staddy pub was quite painful. Like,
really?
Getting goose pimples up my,
oh my God.
up my arms and that. I'm like, oh God. Like, do you know when you really, really need to go?
Yeah.
And you're hobbling because you've got a black toe.
Yeah. Hobbling because I got a black toe as well. Yeah. So I got in there, and as soon as I got on the toilet, sat down, and it just wouldn't stop. It just it just came out. It was like a machine gun. It was like
reload.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was no reloading. There was definitely an extended mag.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, and I walked back out to Matt, and I was like, that came out so fast, and he was like, oh, did it? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's not all out, but that's enough to get me home. But the thing is, on the way home, I was sat there in his chair, and he had to stop off at his dad's on the way home. Of course. To pick up a football shirt, and then he had to drop a football shirt off to his mates as well. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like, appreciating the lift, like, polite, don't want to fall out with Matt. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool, that's fine. But really, like, when he leaves the car to go see his mate, I'm like, oh, to go see his dad, I'm like that. Oh God, my belly
just squirming. Like, oh God.
Like holding on to the seat and the door handle, like,
oh, you're like sitting down as well. You're tricking your brain to like, it thinks it's sat on a toilet, so it's like release.
Because Matt's got like quite a small car as well. When I sit down, my knees are up by my like chin anyway.
You're in prime position.
Yeah. So yeah, and when I got home, I was like, Amy had a friend Nicole over at the time.
Oh God.
I think she was doing her nails. And I was like, oh, I'm home, I've got to go toilet. Like, got in the toilet, and again was just like, and like, do you know the bowl obviously echoes the fart as well. And, yeah, I was in there for ages.
Wait until Nicole goes to come out.
Well, I almost did wait till Nicole went, but I was like, oh, well, get up. Amy's like, oh, do you want your dinner? Like, I can heat your dinner up for you. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get washed in that first. Like, thanks anyway.
I'm a mess.
So I got a bath.
You had a bath?
Ew.
Yeah, I laid down in the bath.
After all that,
Well,
ew.
You want a
Yeah,
power
but
washer on
after
it.
like football training, it's nice to have a bath, like for your
a
muscles.
muscle relax. And
So yeah, I got in the bath and Belly made a few weird noises in the bath, and I was like,
Surely not.
I can't do anything in here. And
no, you
Like it's a
can't.
possibility. No, I can't.
I can't squeeze a fart out in here. It's just
Oh.
it's all the water going brown to me.
Oh, God.
And then
New type
Yeah,
of
so
lush
I-
bath bomb.
washed, nice and clean. Got out of the bath. As soon as I stood up, my belly's like killing again.
Gravity in it.
Yeah. So I got back on the toilet. It like just with my towel like around me, naked on the toilet, and yeah, just
How was there anything left?
shit again.
Unbelievable.
Instantly dirty. I was like, oh, brilliant.
That bath was pointless.
Yeah.
Instantly went to the toilet and was head to toe all over me again.
Yeah, and then
Had to wash my hair again.
But the thing is, I went and got dried after that. Got like in my evening, like just shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, and every 5 minutes, I just kept having to go to the toilet again. Couldn't eat my dinner. I had like the shivers for some reason.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so
my
weird.
body went into just shock. I think I must have worked out so hard.
Yeah.
My body was like, well,
Lot of running, sloshing your guts
not
about.
used- Plus, it was like 26 degrees.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
well.
you probably
On-
got. Wait, was this yesterday?
Bit sunstroke.
No, Thursday it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Probably a bit of heat stroke or something.
possibly. Yeah,
Because it
possibly
actually
like that.
sounds a bit like minus the diarrhea.
Well, I went to bed expecting to wake up really ill the next day.
Yeah.
I felt really bad, and I was just like, "Oh, Amy, come get into bed, keep me warm." Like, I
yeah.
just felt so cold. It
Yeah.
was weird. It was quite worrying, really, because obviously what's going on at the minute. But
Yeah. Did you wake up feeling fine?
yeah, I woke up the next day like, well, I don't know what that was all about.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
Must have just been like heat stroke or something.
And then
Like
we
overworking.
went. Me and Tony were working at the university yesterday, and we were like, "Oh, should we go down to Caffeine Club get breakfast?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, I might not get a breakfast actually. I'll just get a sausage sandwich just in case." Well, all good, all fine. So
Fingers crossed.
I mean,
For the
and
future.
Caffeine Club, if your stomach survives that, then
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
good
it,
to
yeah.
go.
Pretty good.
You're good to go.
because that place is
yeah,
Greasier than
awful.
an awful.
They do nachos on Monster Munch.
but saying that, I didn't have a very good dinner the night before. Thinking about it now, yeah, I didn't have the best dinner because Amy had a college course that night, so she just took a lasagna that we had the night before. She took that into college to heat up and have there. So once I got the kids to bed, I decided, I'll have some beans on toast. Went looking through the cupboard and like, oh, you got any beans? Got to the back of the cupboard and there's just a tin of, do you know the tinned spag bowl?
Oh, dude.
What?
So
Come on.
I made myself some toast, yeah, and had that on toast.
What?
Really enjoyed it. It was really nice.
You have butter on the
Spag bowl on
toast.
toast.
No, I didn't put
Just dry-
butter on. Yeah,
dry
just
bread.
dry bread. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I had butter.
So what?
Lovely.
Wait, the spag bowl in a can? Is
Yeah,
it
do you know
got
the-
spaghetti,
the-
mincemeat,
Yeah,
and
it's got like the short like spaghetti and then like
oh my
It's
god!
just all mixed up.
it's like really grinded down like mincemeat
Yeah.
though. Maybe that's had something to play on it as well because it's
Maybe.
not the nicest of foods really.
not the best for you.
Yeah.
It's probably out of date as well. It was back of the cupboard. So.
Yeah. Best before 1999.
Yeah, God.
But yeah, the moral of the story is I had another nightmare with poo. So.
Yeah. That's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are suffering with IBS or shitty guts yourself, write to us.
Yeah, tell us your stories.
Yeah.
So we have decided now to do the podcast every other week. So there'll only be 2 come out a month, but it just feels a little bit better. at the
Quality
moment.
of the episodes will be better.
Yeah.
We'll have more time to plan new stuff. It won't just become stale.
It's just not as forced as well, is it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And also, as our company comes out of furlough, we'll be working 2 jobs again.
Yeah.
So we'll be busy again. So doing one every other week just feels a lot easier. And also, we are going to change the format a bit. So we're going to come up with some new segments for
Yeah, so we're going
next
to,
week.
in theory, have 10 episodes for series 1 or season 1, and then 11 onwards will be the start of season 2, where we'll do
Yeah.
some new stuff, new segments,
Yeah. So if anybody's
bits and
got any
bobs.
ideas for segments they want us to do,
Games.
let us know. Or games,
yeah.
games they want us to play. Let us know. Well, the only ones that we're definitely keeping are Banger of the Week. That's kind of like a nice staple.
Yeah, the music element is a nice break point, isn't it?
Yeah. The Netflix and Spill, fabulous stories from our friends and what you're laughing at. are all up for changing.
Yeah.
So should we go for the last segment, which is
Banger of the Week?
Aiden's Banger of the Week.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Banger of the Week, number 3.
Oh, this is a banger. Banger. Now let's just see what this sounds like.
So what you got for us this week, Aiden?
Well, I'm just going to give Tony a heads up now. He might want to either just stop listening from here or skip ahead to the outro. But yeah, it's taken me 9 weeks, but I'm going for a Biffy Clyro song.
Ooh.
Their latest song that came out not yesterday, day before, called Weird Leisure.
Nice.
The latest single off their upcoming album, A Celebration of Endings, which comes out on August 15th. Also bought my first ticket to a totally online concert as well from them.
Oh, cool.
No way.
They're playing in Glasgow at a live music venue, but it's been streamed online.
Yeah.
And I saw in the terms and conditions that it's not being stored or uploaded for future
People just screen record
consumption.
it. But
Yeah, I was like, shall I do it on my MacBook and go on QuickTime and screen record the whole thing? So just have it just in case, because
Yeah.
they're playing the new album top to bottom
Damn nice.
and with like old classics and
Surely they'll be
Exciting.
doing. Maybe you'll only be able to watch it through a specific like website that has like a screen capture block
yeah, I
on it or
imagine it
something.
will something like that. I might
They'll
go
have
old
to
school
be.
and just video camera filming my screen.
I mean, there's no way they could stop it because you could essentially do like video output into like a camera or into like a external recorder that you use on set sometimes.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be able to block that. But I do wonder though sometimes with coronavirus and online gigs and like paying for online gigs, it makes sense at the moment, but I don't think now that that's been introduced, I don't think that'll ever go away. So I wouldn't be surprised if now places like even like Glastonbury will be like you have to pay to watch Glastonbury at home.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise although I wouldn't think Glastonbury would do that because BBC usually covers it and everyone already pays for BBC.
Yeah, they've got distribution, haven't they?
Yeah,
for that.
but places like Reading or just specific acts, I could see them not doing live free streams. But I don't know, that seems a bit weird to me because the payoff of not being able to go is that you could kind of still watch it live at home, but you don't get any of the experience.
Yeah, you're still experiencing something that's like happening live. It's one-off, special in its own way. 16 quid a ticket.
Jeez.
So I mean, when you're talking about what you would spend to watch them in person, it's, you know.
But as well, they've got to take into account that that's like per household, because you bought a ticket and then you could fill your house with people watching it.
Exactly. Plus, they don't really have a limit on venue capacity. Like, they can just stream it for
worldwide.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, we've sold out of stream tickets.
It is cool
to watch a stream. So yeah, that happens on the 15th, the day the album comes out.
I like the idea actually of like someone doing like a pay-per-view like that, and then everyone goes round to like watch it.
Yeah.
Like almost like
cool,
a little gig just from home.
Yeah, get a lad over, a few drinks.
Offers there. Tony, I know you won't be joining, but
or you can just stop being a baby and give it a try, mate.
Yeah, that's I don't know why.
So just for people at home, Biffy Clyro is one of Aiden's top bands. He's got his right arm is covered in 2 tattoos. One is a Foo Fighters album cover artwork, and the other is
A
Biffy
Biffy
Clyro
album artwork. Second album.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's very
deal.
big, and yeah, for that reason, I kind of like have held off playing any of their music here. It's kind of like you with Lil Peep. It's like you play everything but the stuff that means the most to you.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone's opinion.
Yeah, you don't want to hear someone go, oh, there's just a bit of crap on it. But this song gonna play Weird Leisure, as I said, latest song by Biff, and I'll let the song speak for itself.
Are Biffy Clyro's mates still in the band?
Is Biffy Clyro going to go solo?
He's great, that Biffy Clyro, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so good.
What a great guy.
Where's everybody going? Is it around to the pleasure house? We're fighting an ugly war, and it's no good to freak out. Oh please, open my heart. We're at the window, surveying all we have. And I believe that it's my turn, don't hold me back. It's my turn, don't hold me back. It's my turn, don't hold me back. It's my turn, don't hold me back.
Woo! There we go. Flames, boy. That was Flames, boy.
Oh my god.
Lit. There you go. Weird Leisure by Biffy Clyro, their upcoming studio release.
Yeah.
A celebration of endings. What do you think?
That's good. Liked it.
As a fellow Biffy fan, what do you think? Is that your first listen?
That was the first listen to that song, yeah. No, it was good. It was good. You could tell it's a Biffy song.
Oh, yeah. You know, you can hear it straight away. It's very signature.
Yeah.
Just singer in general, you can tell it's him.
Yeah.
Him with a capital I.
Him.
Very distinct voice.
Yeah.
It's just weird how his voice doesn't sound like that when he talks. It's like he has a very different singing voice.
Yeah.
You thought they were American, didn't you? When
When I first heard them, yeah, and I was like, who are these?
It sounds like
because there's just like a slight like American.
he's got that like
twang.
emo
Yeah.
American.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like their version of the Blink-182, like Truth Horace.
Yeah.
No, what is it? Life Source. I know. That whole thing.
Where are you?
That's it.
But yeah, since
Yeah, it's way cooler than that.
they've made bands like
28 Pilots.
Twin Atlantic come out and just embrace their Scottish accents, Scottish accents, because it sounds good and it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm buzzing for the new album now.
Cool. I think that's everything. for
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
We'll see you not next week, the week after.
Yeah. See you in 2 weeks' time. We'll have hopefully a bit of a special episode.
Yeah.
For
Season finale.
season finale. Yeah.
Episode 10. We'll see you then. Thanks again, Tom.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.